That's that elusive question so many of us would love an answer to. How can we reverse the ageing process? Now, scientists from Harvard and the University of New South Wales believe they just might hold the key.
Now, they say that they've discovered genes which control how the body fights against ageing, and if you turn them the right way, they can even reverse the ageing process. David Sinclair is a professor of genetics at Harvard and the University of New South Wales. He's led this research. He's currently back in Australia. And last night he delivered this year's UNSW Medicine's Dean's Lecture. Now, he's also been good enough to join us in the studio tonight. Professor, thank you so much for joining us. It's really interesting to have a chat with you tonight. Let's just first start with this research. What genes are you targeting and how can you change the way that they act?
That's a very good question. These genes have a name called the sirtuins, and we have 7 of them in our bodies, and they defend us against aging. We can turn them on by exercising and dieting, and what we're working on is how can we make a pill to turn them on and get the benefits of those dieting and exercise without actually having to do those things.
Now, how are you going about doing this? You're testing on mice. Some of them you're prematurely aging, and some you're able to reverse the aging process.
Yeah, that's right, Nick. We work on mice mainly, but we're also moving into human clinical trials. What we found in the mice is that if we feed them the right molecules to turn on these special genes, the sirtuins, we are able to turn basically a 60-year-old into a 20-year-old equivalent in a mouse.
You've been asked the question today, I've noticed, are you playing God? Now tell us how you go about answering that question.
Well, I think I'm no different than most researchers and doctors who want to improve human health. It may just be that we have a really big impact. And so I look forward to a future where we can take a pill for diabetes, and that same pill would prevent cancer and heart disease and even other diseases such as, you could run further, you wouldn't be frail. So this is the future that's coming, and it's not that far away.
Why is it important to you to reverse aging?
Well, it's not just important to me, but my passion is to make a big difference in the world. I see that we're getting many more elderly people in the world, and while we keep their hearts young, typically we have great drugs for the heart, the brain ages still. And so we're having more and more people who are living longer but in poor health.